Hey guys, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how to think about the journals. These journals are not meant to be overly laborious experiences for you. They are meant to be daily practice. So if you're waiting to do them the last day of the week, you're going to struggle to meet the deadline. But if that's your kind of way that you do virtual school, then you're going to have to accept the idea that doing less will still get you a grade because I'm not going to take the work late. I feel very strongly that because I'm allowing you to kind of choose a generous grade for doing less, and because these are being averaged together as formative work, that you can handle doing less to balance all that you have to do rather than getting an extension to complete the expectations. If you want to earn an A, you've got to do everything that's asked. The only thing would be on annotations. Some people just hate annotating. I think that if you do the annotations on these the way I've explained in the video about doing annotations, you will actually make much more efficient use of your time because in writing your four required annotations, you will then kind of be writing the précis. But if you choose not to do the annotations, if you do three out of the four, the highest you would be able to earn is a 93. But you still have to have all four journal types. And you still need to be thinking about effective control of your language. When you're answering the questions, you should be writing in paragraph form, even if there's a bulleted list of questions. You need to turn that bulleted list into a well written paragraph that's thoughtfully developed. And you should be working to develop your own voice and style. The whole point of these is to pull you away from trying to be perfect and pull you more towards kind of playing in the dirt, really learning from the practice rather than trying to get an A. Now, if you want to complete three out of the four journal types, the highest you can make is an 88. The follow a columnist and voice lesson type would be required if you want to earn the 88. And then two of the required annotations rather than four for the follow a columnist. So you could still have all four, but then have half of your annotations for follow a columnist, and that marks you to an 88 as well. Um, and then, of course, if you read these, also the description, it becomes the student might reveal less and less control over writing in their very best prose, those types of things. So even if you turn in all four, if your prose is not mature, if you're not working to be complex and thorough, if they're kind of rush jobs, then you can also start to mark yourself out of that higher score. So keep that in mind as well. There are technological expectations, so you do need to follow through with those. For instance, I want you embedding your links now, no more just throwing in a long URL. You guys need to learn how to embed links because it makes the use of your presentations flow better. So you have to start understanding your audience. Additionally, each of the journal prompts is one slide. You should not be fitting all of the journal prompts on one slide and using a very small font. You should do a separate slide per entry. So let's see, if you do one out of the required annotations, but still three out of the four journals, the highest you can make is an 83. If you do zero annotations for the follow a columnist and turn in two of the four required journals, the highest you can make is a 78. So keep that in mind. Again, notice too the description of the writing style. To earn a 68, you are missing the MLA citation for follow a columnist. So even if you turn in all four journals, if you do not have your MLA citation on the journal prompt for follow a columnist, then it's going to mark you immediately down to a 68. And the reasoning for that is because that is a skill for citation. It is a skill for being academically honest. And it's so essential to be effectively putting in your MLA citations when required, that if you skip that step, then you're not meeting the full expectations of the course. And so the highest you can make would be a 68. So don't skip that step. Um, the difference between the 68 and the 63, uh, well, 78, 68, and 63, definitely between the 78 and the 73, which is two out of the four, and it has to be follow a columnist voice lessons for the 78 and 73. Um, to if you do two, but you only do follow a columnist and then you switch it up and you do like, a graph one or something, the highest you could do would be a 68, and so on and so forth. To earn a 50, one of the four journals is present. Also, if and I should add that here, if follow a columnist voice lesson, if follow a columnist is missing at all, then the highest. Okay. And then zero indicates a blank response or one that is completely off topic. So hopefully this helps you to understand what I'm expecting and just to kind of put things in perspective for you. If you were to turn everything in perfectly, but turn it in late, the highest I would let you make in general with the 20-point curve would be roughly the 78. So if that helps you understand how to manage your time and meet the expectations, and kind of think about, okay, I don't have to make an A to get a good amount of credit. And also think about the fact that I'm averaging all these things into one formative grade. So if you have to cut down on something because you're feeling the workload is just too much for you for whatever reason, because you have FBLA field trips or sports, or just in general, the course itself is just challenging you, then take the lower grade. It's not going to kill your ability to do well in the course. What will kill your ability to do well in the course is skipping this altogether. And I highly suggest doing it over time, not all at once. Okay, I hope this helps.